Hey folks, it's Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, and interviews. Also home to the best MJ community on the planet. Today's Thursday, August 3rd. Hope you're well. And in this video, we're going to be discussing the stock MariMed and their second quarter 2023 earnings. They did beat estimates. We'll take a look at the chart, what to expect in terms of technicals in the days, weeks, months ahead. Before we get to it though, make sure to smash the like, help support me in the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, and you'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. We'll dive into that in just a second, but I did want to go over the estimates. So they did beat in terms of revenue. It was forecasted at 35.9 million, came in at 36.5 million, and EPS came in at positive 0.0016, but there was no estimate there. And it is one of the names that isn't as highly covered as some of our other names like, Tilray and Cureleaf and Trueleaf, Green Thumb, all those tier ones. But MariMed is starting to rise up in the ranks. It's now in the top 10, I believe, by market cap, and a lot of good things going for it. So we'll go through this. I'm not going to go through the whole earnings report so you can breathe a sigh of relief, but we'll go through some key points. So a leading multi-state MJ operator focused on improving lives every day today announced, which was back on August 2nd yesterday, that the financial results for second quarter ended June 30th, 2023. I am pleased to report another solid quarter of accelerating revenue growth on both a year-over-year and sequential basis as we continue to outperform the industry, said John Levine, CEO. We reported our fourth consecutive quarter of positive adjusted EBITDA. Our wholesale business continued to set monthly and quarterly record sales, which we believe will continue to accelerate with the commencement of adult use sales in Maryland, which began on July 1st. Our balance sheet remains one of the strongest in the industry, and we were particularly pleased with the exponential growth of our Maryland operations that executed flawlessly to support the increased demand of adult use sales. And MariMed's been known as one of those companies to really, kind of crawl before you walk and then walk before you run, so to speak. And they've just been very, very good stewards of capital, and they understand the taxation component in 280E. A lot of companies, there's some dispensaries that are starting up in the US that they don't even know that there's a 280E tax code. And it's said that anywhere from 8%-ish on average of these companies' revenues are going towards 280E. So that is massive to think about, that they didn't even know that there was a 280E, right? And they're getting taxed on their gross sales, which would otherwise, be net, right? But some of those aspects of their business, they can't write off because of 280E, right? Tax burden. So I think that's the biggest thing hindering the industry. But there was the conference call today, Thursday, August 3rd. That was at 8 a.m. Eastern time. I didn't make it, but if you did join the call, let me know in the comments below what your favorite takeaway was. If there's if you were tuning in, let us know what if there was anything that you heard on there that was notable. But second quarter 2023 operational highlights. During the second quarter, the company announced the following developments and implementation of a strategic growth plan. On April 4th, Maryland Medical MJ Commission issued approval to once again manufacture and sell high-dose edibles. The company added 40 milligram THC infused products across its entire edibles portfolio, including Betty's Eddies and Bubby's Baked, which are selling at record levels. April 25th opened dispensary in Beverly, Massachusetts. So moving on, June 12th, Medical Thrive Wellness Dispensary in Tiffin, Ohio. June 22nd, limited edition THC and CBG infused Beach Time Betty's Fruit Chews. They introduced other developments. So on July 13th, MariMed staged the Boston 280E THC party, which was, based on the Boston Tea Party, and basically, furthermore to that, and then just done cleverly. And I think this was a great idea. And again, just showing how much 280E is really the burden in the industry right now. And depending on how MJ gets rescheduled or even descheduled, that could solve a lot of these issues with uplisting the NYSE and the NASDAQ and the stigma and the 280E tax burden. 2023 financial guidance. So MariMed remains committed to its proven strategic growth plan and continues to operate some of the best facilities in the MJ industry. The company's guidance for the full year 2023 is revenue of at least 150 million, gross margin in line with full year 2022, which was about 48%, which is great. Non-GAAP adjusted EBITDA of 32 million to 35 million and capital expenditures of 30 million. And again, if you want to see all this on your own time, you can go ahead and check that out. But take a look at the chart. So from the highs of early 2021, mid 2021, it actually topped out in June of 2021. Actually, it was in June. So the fact that let me just go here when it topped out. Yeah, topped out in June. So if we go from the high to the low there of the bear market, we are now down over 77%. While most names are down 70, 80, 90% plus from February 2021 highs, MariMed actually continued to see that monthly uptrend. We had the low, high, higher, low, and higher high. It actually confirmed a monthly uptrend and saw another higher high while a lot of MJ was topping out in February of 2021. And then the fact that we still haven't really drop that much compared. I mean, 77% a lot, but compared to the rest of the sector, there's names like Trulieve down over 90%. There's names like Tilray down over 99%, so or almost 99% from February 2021 highs. I think it was over 98% the last time I looked. So it is holding up relatively well compared to some of the leaders in the space, and we could even see an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross of these monthly EMAs at some point soon. And at this point, we're looking for a monthly higher low, just like we were here, but we have the low, high. Now we're starting the monthly consolidation, so we're looking for a higher low compared to the low here at 28 cents. If we can form a higher low and then break resistance here at 54 cents, we'll be back in a monthly uptrend. And the more names that confirm monthly uptrends across the sector, not just US producers, but Canadian producers, retailers, both in US and Canada, ETFs, both in US and Canada, once they all start to confirm monthly uptrends, then we're confident that the bear market bottom is in. But MariMed, definitely one of those names that's holding up better than most. And if we take a look at the chart here on the weekly time frame, it is breaking down a bit. We had a bear cross of the stochastic and the MACD, and I've been saying for a while, I did a video on MSOS ETF. If you haven't seen that, you can check it out. But US MJ is a little bit weaker now than Canadian MJ. And I did that video here. It may get worse before it gets better. And then I just did a video on Kronos Group and Tilray potentially being a front runner there to buy it. We know Kronos has been exploring sale. Curaleaf has expressed interest, but just based on the amount of bullish technical indicators that we're seeing from the Canadian LPs relative to the US MSOs, I think there's some merit to that and some actual truth that Tilray could be looking to buy Kronos. So I go over my reasons why I think they could buy them and why they are legitimately a front runner. And you can check out that video. Like I said, I just posted it an hour ago, and it's only about 11 minutes long, so I highly encourage you to check that out. But we did get the bear crosses out of the way with the shorter term moving averages above the longer term on the weekly moving average, and we continue to bump our head. Look at that brick wall. Absolute rock solid brick wall of resistance here right now for MariMed is the 50 weekly. So if we can see two, preferably three, but if we can see at least two weekly candle closes over that 50 weekly there at 45 cents, I think we're going to see some massive upside back up to around $1 leading into the fall. And I think we could see safe banking. There's talks that after this August recess that there's a good chance that they can get it passed. We also know that October marks the 1 year mark that Biden basically sent HHS on a mission to reschedule MJ. So depending if they reschedule it or deschedule, I think it's going to get rescheduled to Schedule 3. Then we got tons of catalysts in the broader market as well. Some headwind, instead of headwinds, it's going to be tailwinds to sort of win at our back. So if we can get those catalysts in MJ, which I think the best is review of MJ to Schedule 3, I think that's our biggest catalyst, but I'll easily take that coupled with safe banking. And if we were to get that, we would see massive, massive upside. And actually, MariMed is very close to seeing a golden cross with the 50-day moving average below the longer term, in this case, the 200-day. When that happens and they cross, that's a golden cross. And look what happened when the 50-day moving average was above the longer-term moving averages, and in this case, the 50 and the 200-day. When that happened, price was at around 85 cents and dropped all the way down here to low 20 cents. And now we're seeing the opposite of that, where the 50 days crossing through the 200. And like I said, if that occurs over the next several months, we could see this thing back up near $1 in a hurry, in my opinion. But going to end it there, let me know what you think of MariMed. Is it a stock that you hold? Full disclosure, I don't own any in my portfolio, not yet. I may look to add it eventually, but I personally don't own any at the moment. And like I said, I think it's going to be one of those companies that's going to really stand the test of time. I think they're more of a buyout target, not going to lie. I would say that that's the most likely scenario, but I may look to add it in the future. If I do, I will let everybody know. But let me know if this is something you hold in your portfolio, how much MRMD is in your MJ portfolio percentage-wise. And going down it there, let me know what you thought about this earnings as well. If you joined the earnings call, what was your takeaway from that? But going down it there, it's Rob with Powell Group. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth. Make sure to hit the like, follow, subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff. And we'll see you again on the next video. Have a wonderful evening.